Hello my lovelies, Susie here from Susie Mac Creations. And I've come to you today to take you on a walkthrough of my latest 2 signature journal. I started this journal months and months ago, and I kept putting it away because I had other things to attend to, bringing it out, adding another little bit, putting it away. So I finally completed this sweet journal. The papers I have used primarily are from lovely Lorna over at TaylorMade Journals, and the images as well. I'll pop a link to Lorna's Etsy shop in the description below this video. But in the meantime, let's go and have a little walk through this oh so pretty journal. We start with the front cover, and I've used one of these lovely Edwardian Images. I've just stapled it on to some brown paper, added some lace, just added bits and bobs to the background, layered it up quite nicely. A little vintage seam binding bow, a little flower, cabochon, and it is a pocket. And we bring out the tag, and I've just added some faux stamps to the tag. That pops back in, oops, back in there. The closure is just a lovely frayed sari ribbon. So if we open this up, it's a 3 pamphlet stitch, as I said, 2 signature, and the back is just some of the pretty papers from Lorna. So here we go. Let's go inside. We open it up. We have a pocket. I've also used some binding washi tape to secure the seams so that it doesn't split. But it's quite sturdy, as you can hear. So we have this little faux leaflet that's advertising a photographer. So we pop that back in there. And this is just a little letter folded up to a page and a tag. And if we undo the letter, you will see the address is here, obviously, and the letter is here. I'll pop that back in there. Open up the first page, and I've just done a side tuck. And the papers I've used primarily are French blue and French damask with some grungy patina, and the images are from her Edwardian Pictures collection. But I have used other bits and bobs throughout that were in my stash. These little images and the film strip were a freebie from Create with Scrimpy Mummy. And I've just added some cheesecloth and backed it onto a small file card. That pops in there. And graceful. And again onto a file card and pop that, oops, in there. Just a small invoice. I've done some stenciling throughout the journal just to give the plainer paper some texture. This is just a tuck spot here that holds a miniature postcard and a much smaller miniature postcards. And I've decorated it with just some butterflies and some odd bits of paper that were left over. If we open it up, we have an envelope, which is handmade, stenciled, and a little pull-out booklet. Oops. If we open it out, you can do your journaling here. Very pretty picture, some lace, and that just pops back in to the envelope, which closes up and flips back over. Move this over, and we have a 3-tier pocket. This was a junk envelope, that I decorated with some of the beautiful papers. Ripped this part off, turned it round and added it here. So we have 3 pockets. We have 1, we have 2, and we have a third at the back here. Here we go with some vintage music paper from my stash. I made a large tab and left it open in the middle so that I could add in some ephemera. And this is years old, this one. I think it was from, oh, I can't remember now, Prima. It could have been Prima. And it's just a basic card, and I've added these lovely little girls onto it. Turn it over and we have another of these cards, which are great for journaling. Beautiful rose, and this makes me smile, so you could put a photograph on the back. Here we have a hidden paper clip. If I take this out, take the back one out too. Believe, spread a little kindness and inspire others, and that just literally slips on to the top of the page, and it holds again some ephemera. Again, these beautiful ladies. Just basically added a piece of lace and some script. Turn it over and that goes there. Open up, this is the centre of the first signature, and we have a cabinet card with again these beautiful girls on it. Bit of lace, a little pearl, some cheesecloth, and hey presto, you have another journaling spot. The stitching is kept together at the bottom with 2 little circle punch and added on. Here we have a lace pocket with a tag, dare to dream, imagine, believe and achieve. These sweet children. I'll pop that back in there. Open up again and we have a large pocket, and again with some pretty Edwardian pictures. I think this is a milliner's. They're in a milliner's shop or a haberdashery shop. Dream big, create bigger, and a couple of little butterflies, some book pages and some lace. Here we have an uptuck which holds something. I think this came from my my own stash at the butterfly, so that pops back in there. You can journal on the back. Again, some vintage music paper, stenciling. We have another envelope that flips out, and we have just a simple card this time, but it could hold lots of different bits and bobs in there. And again, this is a tuck spot, and I haven't put anything in here. I have. There you go. My goodness. And it's just one of the papers. I printed it 4 to a page so that I can have a flashcard out of it. Turn this over. We have again some pretty stenciling. Here we have just a pocket made out of some leftover paper, a little flashcard and another flashcard for journaling. The back of that invoice. Here we have another hidden paper clip. This time it's a little bit different. And if we hold it, show you the other side, it has an up tuck so that you can add bits and bobs into it. And again, that just slips on the page and it holds a lovely piece of ephemera. And that's the other one. That was the end of signature 1. This is signature 2. We open it up. We have a tall pocket or side tuck that holds a letter, and that just pops back in there. I used my Stampin' Up punch just to give me a border, a lace border. And again, we have a 3 pocket junk mail envelope, and again these are just made up of some index cards, and I've just decoupaged using some washi tape and butterflies and what have you. A faux check, I think that is, and a flashcard. Turn it over, we have an invoice, which is a pocket on the back that holds an invoice. Pop that back in there. Oops. Here we have an uptuck, and it's just using again some papers left over. Stay curious, stay creative, some lace, and a little flower, a little fabric flower. And again, I made this up using just some of the leftover papers, and I cut out some, or I ripped some ovals, added this little girl, some bling, butterfly, create dreams, and some cheesecloth. That just tucks back up there. Turn it over, and we have a double journaling spot. Here we have a pocket, very plain. I've let the images and the papers do the talking. And I stamped that. I don't know why I did it, but I did. Just to give it a bit of texture. More stenciling. A letter. Some more vintage music paper. And another one of these large tabs, which holds another one of these beautiful ladies in the milliner shop. Turn it over, and we have another postcard, which is great for journaling or for adding photographs. This is just a side cluster made with leftover papers, butterflies, some fabric flowers, some netting. And this is a cabinet card, and all I've done is I've added this lady with some lace and left a pocket at the side. Cherish every moment, and this holds two little journaling cards, and that pops back in there. Here we go, we just go over here, and this is another envelope. We open it up, and we just have a card, and I've backed it onto some coffee dyed paper. And again, this was just a leftover piece of paper from the collections. Here we have a large tag, your art, your story, some lace, just some leftover bits of paper and a butterfly, a little tab, and that slips in there. Turn it over, we have another hidden paper clip. I love these hidden paper clips, they're gorgeous. You can have them as large or as small as you like, and again, they're so easy to make, and they give a little bit of interest to the journals. That pops back there, and we have her journaling card in there, and this is just leftover piece of paper that I've just made into a little booklet, so you could write or you could add pictures, and that just slips in there. Here we have an invoice with a side tuck, and again I've coffee dyed the back of it, and that just pops back in there. And this is a postcard that I cut down. I just made it into a pocket, another flash card, and a mini half of an invoice. Turn it over, come to the last page, and this is just an angled pocket, and it marries up with the paper that's underneath. And we've added a letter. You can journal on the back, or just keep it for interest. That pops back in there. And an invoice. My throat's starting to go. An invoice, a French invoice, which just gives it again some more interest. So that pops back in there. We close it up, and that's the end of our lovely journal. I'm so glad that I got to finish it, and now it sits with pride of place on my shelf along with my many other journals. So thank you very much for popping in to visit with me. I really do appreciate it. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. If you're a new lady to my channel or gent to my channel, I would love it if you could press the subscribe button and the bell so that you'll know when my next video is coming up. In the meantime, I will say from Bonnie, Scotland, bye bye.